Hello and welcome. Today on the program, I'm going to be focusing on issues around the network changes and the mail processing facility closures and consolidations. But before we start, let me address some feedback that I've been getting for you. I've heard messages, I've gotten messages personally from you that said that you're concerned that I've been repeating too much of this information. I'm doing that on purpose. This is a large organization, and I want to make sure that everybody understands the challenges that we're facing and what we need to do to get this organization back on good financial footing. Back in September of 2011, I spoke to you about a number of mail processing facilities that we were looking to study for possible closure or consolidation. You also recall at this time we were looking at changing service standards on first-class mail, and that's really what enables the ability to make the consolidations, because with the service standard changes, you have more of a reach in terms of being able to provide service on a larger geographical area with fewer plants. The continued decline of first-class mail is what's driving this. We have too much unused capacity in the mail processing network, and we've got to make these changes to take some pressure off of our finances. If we don't make these changes, we're sitting there with billions of dollars of cost against a very inefficient network, and that will not help this organization in the long run. Long term, if we don't do what we need to do, it will affect our ability to provide universal service. And this proposal to change service standards allows us to take action against the decline, because again, it gives us the ability to get more efficient with unused capacity like any other organization. When we talk about changes, it's important to tell you a few things that will not change. Service standards for priority mail, express mail, standard, package services will remain substantially unchanged. What will change if our plans move forward is the service standard for first-class mail. First-class mail standards will go from 1 to 3 day to 2 to 3 day. Let's talk now about the schedule. You've heard about the moratorium that we've worked out with the Senate. We're working through that. We will honor that moratorium. We've continued to have our plant discussions with the public, and we've got to honor the union contracts by providing plenty of notice ahead of time, 90 days minimum, about changes that we'll have in our network. So with assuming that we're going forward with all these changes, we would begin with plant consolidations sometime after the May 15th moratorium. Your supervisor at the conclusion of the video will announce to you, if your facility is going to be consolidated, where the work's going to be going, and any other action that we'll be taking over the course of the next couple months. If we reduce the size of the network, we have to reduce the size of the workforce. So we are talking right now with the unions about incentives, and we're talking with management associations. We have downsized this organization substantially in the last 10 years. 34% of the total headcount is no longer here that we had back in the workforce in the year 2000. We have been very good about being able to do that without having layoffs and major disruption to people. That's my goal as we work through this one. If your facility has not been identified as one that's going to close or consolidate, you'll be given information too on what to expect next, because we will have changes there too. We'll be changing distribution times, we'll be changing who works when, how we staff these plants, because these changes will be working in concert with the facilities that we close. As we go forward with this change, it's going to be difficult, but we must do this in order to keep the Postal Service healthy financially going into the future. But again, you've got my commitment that I'll keep you updated. You've got my commitment that we will work with you personally and answer your questions so that you can make good informed decisions. And I'll continue these discussions on a monthly basis. Next time I talk, I'm going to go through the business plan again with you so you'll know exactly where we are with that. And as always, keep up the great work, keep your chins up. This is a tough time for all of us, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.